Let me present to you the database we'll be using in this training. This is a real database from one of our projects. Of course, all patients' names have been changed, as well as the village and district where they come from, so that no patient could be identified. So the patients' names have been replaced by random names generated by the internet, and village and district were replaced with neighborhoods from Barcelona. So if we look at the database, one of the first things we can notice is that the first two rows contain the names of the variables. So each column is a different variable. We have 19 variables for this database. And then from row 2 downwards, each line, each row represents a patient. So we can see that we have a few hundred patients. Let's just see how many. 708 patients, apparently. And between the variables, we have a date of admission, a case number, which is supposed to be a unique identifier for each patient, a case related to, so in case you have identification or you can suppose that a patient was contaminated by another one, you can put it here. The name of the patients, these are fictitious names, date of birth or age. You can see that some patients have their date of birth, others have their age, and the age could be recorded either in years or in months. The sex of the patient, it's either male or female, but sometimes I have the fem or the masc for masculine. Village and district, these variables have been changed, of course. Next, we have the date of the start of the symptom. If the patient had a fever or not, it's marked with an X. The same for having a rash, red eyes, coryza, or any complication. Next, we have a column, a variable of treatment. So the treatment the patient received is detailed in column P. And then if the patient was admitted to the hospital, if the patient was cured, or if the patient deceased, passed away. How I would typically work with this is that I would come here in the space between column A and row 1. And if you left click on it, you can select the entire database. I would then press Ctrl C to copy everything. And down here, I'll open a new spreadsheet. I'll go into cell A1 and press Ctrl V. So I have exactly the same information twice. This is the original database, and this is the one I'll be working in. So in this case, if I make any mistakes, if I want to make any comparisons to what was there before or not, I have it right there. I just have to click on the next spreadsheet, and I have that same information. Personally, I also don't like that this is very colorful. I find it a bit distracting. So I will come up here on the theme colors and choose no fill. So now it doesn't have a background, it's just blank. Now, as we've seen, in column B, we have the variable case number, which is a different number for each patient. This is to be a unique identifier per patient, so we should not have any numbers repeated. It doesn't matter if we skip a number. The most important attribute of this column, of this variable, is that it is not repeated, that each patient has a very unique identifying number. It could be a number, it could be a number and a letter, it could be anything, as long as it is a unique identifier. Now, I didn't type in the information that is in this database, so I don't fully trust it. To go around that, what I will do is that I'm coming here on column B, and you can see that my cursor changed to a black arrow down. I'll right click on it and click on insert. Now I have created a new column. I'm going to name this new variable ID, and I'm just going to give a unique number to each individual. So patient number 1 is going to be 1, 2, 3, etc. This way, I am sure that each patient has only one unique identifying number, and there are no repetitions.